Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the Shannon Sharpe, Ty Lue interview that happened. I believe it was yesterday, or it was, posted yesterday, the Club Shay Shay interview with Ty Lue. And I saw several people talking about some of the things that they were mentioning, during this interview. I saw my man Charles over in Dreamers Pro. A shout out to him. Shout out to my man Too Raw for touching on some of the comments that were made during this interview. And I'm going to do a couple of videos on this interview from what I heard in like the clip that I saw. I didn't see the entire interview, but I saw a couple of clips and some of the things that were said. And in this video particularly, I want to talk about the comments that Shannon Sharpe and Tyronn Lue said about Kevin Durant, or the Warriors needing to get Kevin Durant to stop the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is what they're saying, more what-if scenarios, because this is LeBron James' entire career, is what if. Oh, he could have done this. He should have done this, right? There's a would have, could have, should have. That's LeBron James' career. More what-if scenarios they're talking about. The Warriors needed Kevin Durant to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, or the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to three-peat. This is what Shannon Sharpe was saying on the interview with Ty Lue, that they would have three-peated probably if Kevin Durant did not go to the Golden State Warriors and if Kyrie Irving did not leave in 2007, after the 2017 season. We're going to talk about these comments in this video because it's an absolute joke. Once again, more what-ifs. That's all they got for LeBron James. If this, if that, if. Wait a minute. If was the fifth, I'd be drunk. They say, you've heard that saying before. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, you know I am truly, truly humbled, man. Much respect to everybody out there, everybody in the membership. Thank you very much, guys. Shout out to my man Gundam You for coming through with the super thanks. It really means a lot. Thank you very much. Like I said, you guys continue to come through. It really is humbling. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I just saw a clip from the interview with Tyronn Lue and Shannon Sharpe on his podcast, Club Shay Shay, I believe the name of it. And, they're talking about a bunch of things, right? And Shannon Sharpe, he's got the charisma, Shannon Sharpe. We get it, right? He's got the funny sayings, right? He's got all this, like the gift of gab, right? We get it, right? Shannon Sharpe likes to say a lot of weird, nonsensical things for the views, for the money, for the fame, right? This is what Shannon Sharpe is about, right? He's been able to become very successful on social media with his platform, right? It's saying nonsense, just talking crazy, right? Just trying to say anything crazy, just hoping something would stick out there. He'll say anything in defense of LeBron James. A lot of what-if scenarios for Shannon Sharpe, right? A lot of hypotheticals when it comes to LeBron James' career, because they're always trying to rewrite LeBron James' history, always trying to explain his failures, his faults, whatever has happened in his career. They have to explain everything. They can never just let LeBron James take it on the chin, just take the L on the chin, and just be like, yo, man, hold that L. Now they got to explain away. They got to come with the excuses. They got to come with the hypotheticals, all the what-if scenarios. Oh, what if Kyrie Irving didn't get hurt here? What if Kevin Love wasn't hurt there, right? All this what-if nonsense, man. This is what they're always talking about. LeBron James' career is one big what-if because LeBron James can't stand on his own damn resume. They're always trying to excuse it. So he's talking to Ty Lue, and they cover a lot of different topics, and I'm going to do several videos on the interview and some of the things that they touched on because it's just too much to put in one video. And one of the things that they touched on was how the Warriors needed to get Kevin Durant. They needed to get Kevin Durant because there was no way they were going to beat the Cavaliers without Kevin Durant. This is what Shannon Sharpe says, and Tyronn Lue pretty much agrees, and then they take it a step further and say that the Cleveland Cavaliers would have won 3 consecutive titles, 2016, 2017, and 2018, they're claiming, if two things: Kevin Durant does not go to Golden State Warriors, and Kyrie Irving does not leave after the 2017 season. Now, during this segment, they're starting to blame Kyrie Irving, right? Tyronn Lue is telling the story about how LeBron James was at some kind of event for his I don't even know what it was for. It was for like his charity or some organization that he has, right? And he was doing a jersey signings, I believe. It was what Tyronn Lue was saying. He was at a jersey signing for some event that he was holding, right? And Tyronn Lue is saying that LeBron James, when he finds out and hears the news of Kyrie Irving being traded, that LeBron James just drops the pen, falls back in his seat, and just stares off into space in silence for like 10 minutes. This is what Tyronn Lue is saying. Now, I'm not saying it's not true, but this sounds a bit exaggerated to me. He sat back in his chair, dropped the pen, and sat there in silence while he's doing an autograph signing for 10 minutes. I doubt that. Why do I doubt that? Not that I'm saying that Tyronn's a liar, but once again, these guys, if you haven't noticed, every time they tell a story, they have to embellish it, right? They have to try to exaggerate the story and hype it up, especially when it comes to LeBron James. Every story that you hear from LeBron James, they try to take some basic, right, something mundane, and make it seem like, oh my God, LeBron James did this. It's similar to what LeBron James does with his passes, right, that me and AOH always joke about. Instead of just making a basic chest pass or a bounce pass to somebody, or like I said, LeBron James has to like this. He has to make it crazy, like make it look more incredible than it really was. That's what I hear a lot of times when people tell stories about LeBron James, because we've heard these similar stories before. But once again, like I said, they're always trying to exaggerate it and make it seem like LeBron James was so upset because LeBron James is such a great teammate. He wanted Kyrie Irving there. He loved Kyrie Irving. They wanted to keep playing together. So Tyronn Lue is saying this, and like I said, it doesn't add up to me because all the actions that we've seen, once again, I told you guys all the time, LeBron James' actions speak otherwise. Now, we've all heard the rumors that LeBron James tried to get Kyrie Irving traded behind his back. Right? I'm not going to go into that stuff, whatever, because we believe that stuff. Why? Because LeBron James, the actions of LeBron James obviously show that he would try to trade you behind your back. That's what he does. He tries to get Eric Spoelstra fired, right? He's always trying to get guys traded. He's always crying and moaning to the management, always looking for another free agent, always looking for something else. So we've all heard that, Kyrie Irving was rumored that they wanted to trade him for a Chris Paul. We've heard this before. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant because LeBron James has that demeanor. He has that personality. So we believe those kinds of things when you hear it. So anyway, that's one of the reasons why it doesn't add up what Tyronn Lue is saying. He's saying that LeBron James is so upset that Kyrie Irving got traded, but all the actions show that LeBron James didn't even really appreciate Kyrie Irving or really care to have him as a teammate because LeBron James never tried to ingratiate himself with Kyrie Irving. He just came back in 2015 at a drop of a dime. Kyrie Irving himself says, I didn't even know LeBron James was going to be coming back. He just showed up, and he not only just showed up, he demanded that they trade their #1 draft pick to come there. So once again, everything's about LeBron James, everything about himself, what he can get so that they can make him win a championship. Remember, when he won, he said that one made me the greatest of all time, even though your boy Kyrie Irving averaged 27 points a game. Scottie Pippen never averaged 27 points a game in the NBA, not even close. Yet Michael Jordan put his arm around him and said, you're my MVP, dog. Like, Michael Jordan did these kinds of things for Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan never claimed he was the greatest of all time, and he was carrying the Bulls out there. But LeBron James allows himself to say these kinds of crazy things, which, once again, you're going to ostracize someone like Kyrie Irving with these kinds of comments. But also, LeBron James allows his fan base, the media, to tear down his teammates. LeBron James never comes out and corrects these guys, never comes out and defends them. All he does is agree with a lot of this stuff. They come out, they make jokes about his team. His fans make jokes about his team, say he's carrying bums and he's the greatest of all time because they beat a 3-1 team and he came back by himself. You think Kyrie Irving and the other teammates don't see this stuff? LeBron James never corrects them. Never comes out and says, hey, man, you guys got to stop pumping this stuff up the wrong way. You guys got to give Kyrie Irving his shine. LeBron James fans never give Kyrie Irving his shine. Never give Dwayne Wade his shine. None of LeBron James teammates his shine. But anyway. So I find it very odd that Tyronn Lue tried to throw that in there. LeBron James was so upset Kyrie Irving got traded as if he was that great of a teammate. He loved Kyrie Irving that much. Meanwhile, every chance he got, he wasn't really trying to say that he loved Kyrie Irving or treat Kyrie Irving like a legit teammate. You know what I'm saying? None of this kind of stuff. He wasn't like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. You know what I'm saying? Like a big brother mentality, always having his back. No, LeBron James over there always trying to take the blame. Take all the credit, none of the blame. So, do you think Kyrie Irving and a lot of these other great players want to play with someone like LeBron James who never takes accountability but takes all the credit all the time? Nah. So, once again, Kyrie Irving, I'm sure there are multiple reasons why Kyrie Irving left. Kyrie Irving mentally wasn't that mature, didn't want to be around LeBron James. Maybe he wanted to play in his own team. We see how that worked in Boston. Didn't really work out for Kyrie Irving. But anyway, I find it really laughable for Tyronn Lue to try to pump up LeBron James being so upset that Kyrie Irving left. It's an absolute joke, man. All right, stop it right now. LeBron James don't care about nobody but himself. That's the facts. But anyway, they continue on down this path of Kyrie Irving leaving after the 2017 season and how that ruined the Cavaliers' chances for winning a championship thereafter. But then they also said, Kevin Durant coming to the Warriors threw a monkey wrench into what they could have done, he's saying. Number one, let's understand something here. Like I've said before, and I know a lot of you guys probably agree and feel the same way. Kevin Durant is not making that move to Golden State when he did it the way that he did it if LeBron James didn't make the move to Miami. So Ty Lue can say that they would have won 3 in a row or come with these what-ifs and these hypotheticals and, Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, messed that up. And I remember Shannon Sharpe, guys, after the Cavaliers won the 2016 finals, this was before Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, before the news broke for that. I remember Shannon Sharpe claiming that LeBron James was going to lead the Cavaliers on a three-peat, and then that was going to make him surpass Michael Jordan. This was Shannon Sharpe was saying, guys, during the parade of the Cavaliers championship. I remember them talking about this, that he said the Cavaliers were going to win 3 in a row. Nobody could beat them, he said, in the NBA because LeBron James on his super team on Cleveland that they never want to admit as a super team. So LeBron James and Shannon Sharpe is saying they're going to win 3 in a row, and that's going to put him over the top of Michael Jordan. That's what Shannon Sharpe was saying in 2016. Nick Wright went someplace else with it. Nick Wright said that championship made him pass Michael Jordan, when we all know that wasn't true. But Shannon Sharpe said that they would win 3 in a row. Then the news came that Kevin Durant went to Golden State Warriors, and Shannon Sharpe changed his tune really quickly. But why would you change your tune from Kevin Durant going to the Warriors when LeBron James is on his super team? If LeBron James is a great player of all time and easily the best player of his era, they keep telling us, why were you guys intimidated and worried about Kevin Durant, who proved that he couldn't win a championship leading a team? Why was everybody worried about Kevin Durant? Why were they worried about Steph Curry? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. LeBron James is greater than Kevin Durant, everybody keeps saying. He's greater than Steph Curry. So you have the best player on the court on your team. And you have Kyrie Irving, who outplayed Steph Curry, right, the year before. So I don't understand what people are talking about or acting as if, Kevin Durant going to the Warriors is not the same as LeBron James going to the Miami Heat, or Kevin Durant making that move wasn't, set up, right, by LeBron James going to Miami. So I just don't understand what Tyronn Lue was trying to make a claim here, or Shannon Sharpe is saying they would have won 3 in a row if Kevin Durant didn't go there. Once again, if, Kyrie Irving stayed. It's always what ifs. LeBron James' entire career is if. Oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Because a lot of things that LeBron James woulda, coulda, shoulda done, man. That's his entire career in a nutshell, right? Would have been the greatest of all time, right? If he didn't choke it up in the finals so many times, right? He could have been a 6-time champion if he was willing to play in his system, but he wasn't willing to do that, right? He should have sacrificed for his teammates so that he could have won more. A lot of these woulda, coulda, shoulda, what ifs. And it's really stupid that Shannon Sharpe is always doing these what-if scenarios and talking about nonsense. Like, why are we talking about this nonsense again? We're talking about the 2016 finals and the 2017 finals, and we're talking about Kyrie Irving leaving, and we're talking about, LeBron James was upset. Like, this happened 10 years ago, and you guys are talking about this in a podcast as if that's going to change what happened. You guys are literally trying to rewrite history on the podcast. You're not telling a story. You're trying to rewrite the history. Oh, what if this? Oh, they would have won 3 in a row. Oh, the Golden State Warriors needed Kevin Durant to beat the Cavaliers. They beat them in 2015. And people say, what? Oh, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love got hurt. All right, so essentially what we're saying here is that was the 2015 Warriors a super team? No, they were not a super team, man. The 2015 Warriors were not a super team. The 2016 Warriors were not a super team. So once again, those two teams, right, were led by Steph Curry. You had Klay Thompson and Draymond Greens, the role players on that team. The leader was Steph Curry, man. It wasn't a super team. It was a team that was built together through drafts, right? And a build-up. It took years for them to build up the Warriors, right? So in 2015, the Cavaliers are up 2-1. Are they not? They're up 2-1. So the Cavaliers were good enough to go up 2-1 without Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, but they weren't good enough to win 2 more games in the series. It doesn't add up. It's more excuses. The reason why they didn't win Game 4, they didn't win Game 5, is because LeBron James is bricking layups, bricking last-second shots. He was not coming through in the clutch. When you're shooting 37% or whatever the hell LeBron James shot in the finals that year, how is your team supposed to win when you're the best player? You're missing too many shots. But not only that, you did not play defense like that. You did not take the challenge. So your team faltered and lost 3 games in a row. But the Cavaliers could have easily won that series. They were in position to win that series. LeBron James' role-playing teammates stepped up. Timofey Mozgov, Tristan Thompson, Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Matthew Dellavedova. These guys stepped up when Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving went down. Did they not? But LeBron James in the finals did not come through when he was supposed to come through, in the clutch. Right? Play defense like that in the clutch. He didn't do these kinds of things. So you lose the 2015 finals. But that was a winnable finals, was it not? But they're saying that they couldn't have won, or they couldn't have won this team or that year. 2016 finals. The Cavaliers were down 3-1, guys. They were getting manhandled. They were getting blown out. LeBron James looked terrible out there. Terrible. Look at the first 2 games of that series, guys. It wasn't even close. It was blowouts. Every one of those games, guys, except for Game 7 was a blowout. Every one of them. I watched the entire series. Every game was not even as close as you might have thought it was. Blowouts, guys. Game 3, blowout. Cavaliers blew them out. Right? Game 4 may have been close, but then it ended up being a blowout. Game 5, blowout. Game 6, blowout. Game 7 was the only game that you were like, damn, this is game down to the wire, to the end. Game 1, Game 2 in Golden State, they were crushing these guys. LeBron James wasn't looking good out there. Hell, I can argue that Richard Jefferson was the best player on the Cavs in Game 2. That's how bad they were getting crushed. So what happened for the Cavaliers to make a turnaround? Was it just their greatness? Was it LeBron James' just greatness and Kyrie Irving's greatness? No, it wasn't just that. It was also what? The Golden State Warriors were hobbled, dealing with injuries. I love when people say that Michael Jordan beat the Lakers when Magic got AIDS and the Detroit Pistons were old, but they have no energy for the 2016 finals, right, or the 2020 finals, or any other finals with other teams that they have played with, had injured guys that went down. They played old teams, right? They played guys when they were old, like really old, but they're lying and making up narratives of Michael Jordan. But once again, 2016 had a suspension. You guys name me a finals where one of the main players, one of the starters for the opposing team that Michael Jordan was playing in the finals was suspended. Never happened, guys. So you had a suspension to one of their key players. Steph Curry was playing with a sprained MCL or whatever the hell he was playing with. No excuses, though. Just giving you the facts here. Right? Andrew Bogut goes down. Andre Iguodala's hobbled. Right? There are a bunch of injuries on that team. There's no excuses, but I'm highlighting to you guys is that once again, they were getting destroyed by that Warriors team, guys. All right, and they needed all of those things to happen for the Cavaliers to come back and win in a Game 7. And even in that Game 7, it came down to Kyrie Irving making a shot. Right? It came down to the last seconds. No one could score in the final 2 minutes of that game. No one could make a basket. The score was like 89-89 for the longest time. So they're trying to tell you that the Golden State Warriors needed to get Kevin Durant to beat the Cavaliers. Meanwhile, they beat them in 2015, and they should have beat them in 2016 easily. But we understand guys like Curry didn't step up, right? It's a bad series for Steph Curry in those final 4 games. He wasn't great. You know, Draymond Green was inconsistent. Klay Thompson wasn't great. Harrison Barnes was terrible. And like I said, you had all the other adversity, the suspension, the injuries that they were dealing with, right? It just, things didn't come through, and guys stepped up. Like I said, Kyrie Irving played lights out. Tristan Thompson was really good. Richard Jefferson was a key role player in some key moments in that series. Iman Shumpert, the J.R. Smith, guys had moments. They stepped up. More so to me, the Cleveland Cavaliers bench was way better than the Golden State Warriors bench in the finals. And to me, that was ultimately the difference. The bench of the Cleveland Cavaliers came through heavily. Where the bench and the role players for the Warriors, they did not come through as heavily in those last 3-4 games. It just was night and day, guys. It really was. So I don't buy this idea that the Golden State Warriors needed Kevin Durant to beat the Cavaliers. They had already proven that they can beat the Cavaliers without Kevin Durant. They were champions without Kevin Durant. So we can't try to make this stretch here and then turn around and say, oh, they would have won 3 championships in a row. You guys know how hard it is to win 3 in a row? They couldn't, but they're going to say, oh, they would have won 3 in a row definitely because KD wouldn't have been there and Kyrie Irving would have been there. They would have definitely won 3 in a row. That doesn't make any sense, man. Once again, more what-ifs that don't add up. That just don't add up. Were the Cavaliers the best team in 2016? They were the best team in 2016 to me. The Golden State Warriors would have been a better team to me. The OKC Thunder were a better team to me. You know, there were other teams that you could think were more formidable than, once again, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Maybe the San Antonio Spurs you could think were a more formidable team, right? 2017, were the Cavaliers the best team in 2017? No, they weren't the best team in 2017. We could argue the Golden State Warriors, right, when they got Kevin Durant. To me, the San Antonio Spurs of 2017 were better. I tell you, look at what the Spurs were doing to the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals in Game 1. They were destroying them. Destroying the Warriors, guys. All right? They couldn't do nothing with Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge out there. They were running roughshod over those guys before Zaza Pachulia took this dude's knee out, right? So we have to understand that right there. To me, the Warriors or the Cavaliers were never one of the best teams like that. They were playing in a weak conference, which allowed them to make it to the finals those years consecutively. But 3 championships in a row if Kevin Durant doesn't go and if Kyrie Irving stays. A lot of ifs there, man. Lame as hell for Shannon Sharpe and Ty Lue to talk about this kind of stuff on the podcast. Once again, trying to rewrite history and come with all these what-if scenarios that don't even matter. Who gives a damn? They didn't do that. That's not what happened. Because LeBron James did not ingratiate himself with Kyrie Irving. He was not a leader like that for Kyrie Irving, right? You guys talk about Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen a lot. These weird LeBron James fans. Oh, he had Scottie Pippen there. Yeah, exactly. He had Scottie Pippen there. He didn't trade Scottie Pippen. He didn't ostracize Scottie Pippen to the point where Scottie Pippen just left and was like, yo, I'm not playing with this guy anymore. So Scottie Pippen can cry and moan all he wants about the contracts he signed, the money he didn't make, how Michael Jordan took all the credit, and Michael Jordan was a harsh teammate to play with. He can cry and moan about all that stuff. But facts remain. There was a reason why Scottie Pippen remained on the Bulls all those years, man. That he stayed with Michael Jordan. There's a reason why Michael Jordan didn't ask for him to get traded or treat him like that behind the scenes. Michael Jordan treated Scottie Pippen with respect as a teammate. He respected him so much, that's why he pushed him. He pushed him out of respect. LeBron James don't respect Kyrie Irving. He don't respect nobody. His fans don't respect LeBron James' teammates. That's why someone like Kyrie Irving and these other great players, they don't want to play with LeBron James. Nobody does, guys. Those are the facts. But there's no way in hell them dudes would win 3 in a row if Kevin Durant wasn't there, if Kyrie Irving stayed. And who gives a damn? Why are we talking about ifs? If LeBron James' entire career is woulda, coulda, shoulda, what if? You guys know the deal. I'll catch you guys on the next one.